But I will give you a few examples. After hurricane, there was this young man, a patient of the Mental Health Foundation, by the way. He was living with his mother. His mother had a tenant. The tenant was reading out the Bible, a little too loud in his opinion. He slashed the man's throat. He almost decapitated him.
And what happened to him?
He got sentenced. I was his lawyer. Because of his mental state of mind, he only got sentenced to 8 years. He will be out in 5.5. He will not be treated. I did my job as a lawyer. I have to get him a low sentence, the lowest sentence as possible. But do I think it's good for society? No, I don't think it is good for society. We have a gentleman in prison right now who a few years ago went randomly in a house who killed a baby. He took the baby out of the crib and he smashed the baby towards the wall. The skull cracked. I did not handle that case, but I know he got relatively a mild sentence. I think it's 15 or 16 years. You serve 2/3, so you're out in 10 years. The guy doesn't get treatment. He was completely psychotic. So he was relatively young. He will be in his 40s when he gets out without treatment. So what's going to happen with that person? He's going to come back in our society, walking freely around. Nobody gets warned about this guy. That's scary.
But does the law provide for notification in these cases?
No, it does not. And again, we don't have the TBS institution, so the guy cannot be treated.
Oh. You know, when it comes to sentence,
Yes.
what is the maximum? And life, is it possible to get life sentence?
Yeah, life is life.
And that's in our criminal justice system, that's there on the books?
Okay, prime example, we had we call them the regatta murder cases from 28, 29, I believe. It was 2 guys. Well, they were serial killers. We can really put it like that. They killed 3 or 4 persons. It started because they wanted to have money to buy alcohol and drugs, but they robbed a relatively rich person. I remember it was a chef on a yacht.
Right.
The guy had like $1,000 in cash on him. They really killed him in a very horrible way. But they discovered that they liked the process of killing, and what they did the next time, I remember they took a Haitian security guy. And they were pretending they were gypsy drivers. And the guy said, I only have $10 or $5, it's a little money. So, you know, they knew that. And it's common knowledge that a gypsy driver doesn't have a lot of money. So, that the security guy doesn't have a lot of money. So he's a poor target to commit a robbery. But they still took him in the car. They brought him to an abandoned place and they killed him just for the fun of it. And okay, those guys, well, I'm not saying death penalty, we don't have that. We're not going to discuss that tonight if that's something that should be implemented. I think most people would not want that. But if you ask me personally, yes, those guys deserve lifetime for sure.
Did they get life?
They got lifetime by the court of first instance, but we appealed. I mean, that's your task as a lawyer, me and the lawyer of the other guy. And it got reduced to 30 years, so they have to serve 20 years out of that. And the reason is that in most European countries, even if you get lifetime, there must be a commission that after a certain amount of time, let's say 25 or 30 years, people have to be re-evaluated, and it has to be, it has to be studied if there's still a danger to society and if there would be still objections if they would get mercy, if they would be released. And in Holland neither, we don't have a commission like that in place. And then European court deemed that to be a violation of human rights, and the judges of the court of Curaçao, the joint court, were influenced by that opinion, and that's why in appeal they reduced the lifetime sentence to 30 years. And for those gentlemen, I still have to call them gentlemen, it means that they only have to serve 20 years, while they killed 3 or 4 people.
So when they're released,
Yes.
now, are they allowed to stay on this island because they're not from here?
No, I think they will be deported, most likely. Yes.